Good morning to my TikTok friends. I'm finding new friends on TikTok suddenly, which is a beautiful thing, but at the same time I have to be also careful. I have to be very careful because not everything that follows you is really, some people they are on their mission. They have an agenda. Yeah, September 11th, Saturday morning, New York City. I'm about to go to work, in my neighborhood. Yeah, I'm fresh. Well, how do I feel about this day? I was, honestly speaking, I was supposed to fly out tomorrow, September 12th, and I don't know, it's almost like I'm playing Russian roulette, I tried to change my ticket to like December or January, and because I had changed it to June. This is my ticket now to go back to Namibia, June 14th. I extended it to September 12th, which is tomorrow. Then I tried to change it to December or first week of January, and it wasn't possible, so I ended up having to cancel it. So hopefully, I don't know, because I'm also trying to like see things, like on the ground in America first before I bail out, especially in the big cities. People who are like in big cities. Yeah, the big cities are not going to be safe. You look at what they're doing in Beijing, in Shanghai, in Wuhan. Those are like what major cities in China, I believe. What's going on in Sydney, Victoria, those Australia, those big cities. The people in the countryside are not really feeling as much, of the impact of these brutalities coming from the tyrannical Australian government. But if you're in the big city, not safe. So I'm in New York City. And I really didn't want to be here after the pandemic. But I came back. I had something to do. Something brought me to New York City. I mean, this was my city. This was my home. I've lived here for 17 years in New York City. This is like what? Yeah, it's my home. And it's not the same anymore. New York you can't call it home anymore, because you have to be you have to be very careful. Now the things you say to people you thought were your friends, you have to be careful you just have to be careful. You're becoming more alone, because not everybody is like really on your side like that. You try to converse with people, and people won't understand why you think a certain way, So I'm here. Yeah, I'm here, and I'm really I guess trying to take it. It's heavy, man. Yeah, it's very heavy. It's very heavy. It's really heavy. And this is why the Bible says, lay all your burdens unto the Lord, and He will, for His yoke is easy. Because now everybody has this yoke of uneasiness in them, of that discomfort, dis-ease apparently, and that yoke, if you like really read the scripture, and I have to read the scripture again just to like really understand that part, that for my yoke is easy, because everybody worldwide, especially those who are conscious, those who are waking up right now, they're getting on this burden of trying to warn people, but people are not listening, and it's getting more heavy on their hearts, you know, because they are being discredited, you know, by their own friends and family members. So, and it's scary. It's scary. It's really scary. And for me, I feel scared for people, not for me, because for myself, I was scared last year. I was very scared last year, not this year. Last year when I was listening to David Icke and all these things, so I prepare myself, you know. I sort of, you know, like have like a, you know, I do have like a plan B for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a plan B. Yeah, I definitely do. But I just don't want to get caught up in this, you know. So now that yoke is really heavy on a lot of people. I don't care whether you're a Christian or you're not. At the back of your mind, you have that uneasiness, like what is going to happen, because now you are realizing that the government is not coming to save you. The government is not coming to save you. They lie to you guys. They're going to give you the vaccine and all that, blah, blah, blah. It was a lie, and we were saying this in the beginning, and this is why it's scary now, because they put this thing in you, and now they can't take it out. You can't undo it, you know, and it's a tough lesson to learn for some people. Yeah, unfortunately now they wish they would have listened to some of us, even though we don't have any qualifications in nothing, you know. My qualification is in the pedicab in Central Park. I'm a professional pedicab. Professional pedicab driver. Yeah. Yeah, man. People being offered incentives. You know, the nurses. I watched a clip where they were offering the nurses $500. We were being offered $100. $500 for the nurses, bro. $500. Yeah, it's pretty sick. The lottery tickets. Yo. And the donuts. You know, like, what? And then Metro card for 1 week. 1 week Metro card. No. Me, I'm gonna take this thing in my body for 1 week Metro card. No. I would take it for as long as this thing is in my body. I'll be using that Metro card. I'm not a 1 week Metro card. Come on, man. Just put it together, you know. Yeah. So it's September 11th. This is September. I'm recording this on September 11th in New York City. You know. And I'm seeing like a lot of people who are like, screw it, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna make videos. And me, I do make videos. I'll just post and don't post them. And sometimes when I post, they target my videos. Like right now, I'm not on Facebook. I got blocked on Thursday. Oh, Thursday they blocked my ass. So I have 5 days left to go back on Facebook and tell them my peace of mind. And then those who follow me, they'll follow me to the dark web. They call it the dark web. Banned videos. Videos that are banned. And the banned videos, I'm not talking about like... They are not bad videos. They are truth. The so-called conspiracies. Like doctors talking the truth. Doctors telling the truth. Scientists, true virologists. Those are the ones that they are banning. Medical misinformation. Those are the one I listen to. That's why I am not so scared. But then also, I don't just listen to the doctors. I listen to the army general, the army, you gotta listen to what your soldiers are about to do in the country. You know, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, but anywhere you listen to what they're saying. The one under the web, like, under web, like on the dark web, are the one that you have to listen to. Those ones, banned video, those are the one that I listen to. because they will get you ready, like to prepare for what is about to happen in the country, you know. And that's how like a lot of people were able to like escape certain countries when there was, you know, commotion, you know, about to take place. And people who are like really spiritual, not religious, you know, spiritual people, I think they'll pick this up, you know, beforehand. And when they hear it, it will just be like a confirmation, you know. And you try to warn others. If they listen, they listen. If they don't listen, you make your move, you go, you know, because that's it happens, you know. Even in the Bible, I think when was it Lot's son who looked back and then they turned into ashes or something like that, because he weren't allowed to look, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not a good speaker, but yeah, some people have a gift at speaking. So for some of us, that's my thought. Listen to the Army General, listen to virologies that are banned, listen to immunologies that are banned, listen to like city employees, you know, people that work for the city, you know, listen to like, talk to them, you know, talk to like MTA workers, you know, people that work for the MTA and all that stuff. You gotta talk to those people. So yeah, talk to the people in the villages, you know, talk to the grannies, the grandparents, you know, the old folks, you know. Don't be forcing them to take this experimental thing, you know. Don't do that to our old people, you know. And I think this is the ultimate crime where God will not be able to forgive us for, you know. We're killing off our elders and the next generation, you know. Like, what's up with that? You know, what happened to humanity? What are we doing? You know, we're standing by just watching all these guys that are going crazy on TV and telling everybody that things are fine when we know very well that things are not okay. You know, it don't make sense. Yeah. You know, make it make sense, man. For real. Yeah. Dude, just chilling. Yeah. September 11, 2021. 20th anniversary. September 11. Yeah. September 11th, man. These people, they are not playing games. They are not playing games. They planned this. This has been a planned. It has almost like, for those of you who are familiar with animal farming. I went to school at Centaurus High School in Centaurus High, yeah, Centaurus High School in Windhoek in Namibia. Yeah, and for English, I remember I think it was grade 7 or grade 9. No, not grade 7. Grade 7, that's 9th or 10th grade there. You know, we had to read Animal Farm. Yeah, you know, I remember reading that in high school. We had to go to the library, borrow the book, read it, take notes, literature, you know, English literature, yeah. Hated it. Oh, I hated it. But that book, yeah. People gotta read George Orwell, man. 1984. Yeah. People gotta read George Orwell. Yeah. Wow. Look at your life, how you grew up, man. And today, you know, that world is, well, by the way, that world is done. It's over. It's done. Social distance is here to stay, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, social distance is here. In case people will be like, oh, what do you think is going to happen? Because I know I have my friends who will be like, yo, those who listens to me, by the way. Yo, what do you think is going to happen in the market? Because I do listen to the market as well. From the underground, the dark web. Not the one you see on this TV. The one that is telling you to put your money in the bank. No, they're coming for your money. They're coming to get your back. Yeah. They're coming to get your money. It's a fact, you know. They gave you money. They're going to come get it. Nothing is free, man. The government don't give two crap about you, man. Nah. They crazy. Yeah, man, all these things are just like, what the heck? I'm just waiting to see how far will these people like really let them be, like how far will the population allow themselves to be done like this by their own. The whole world is literally looking at us, all of us here in America. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna look at America and say, okay, America mandated it, and you know, everybody look to America, you know, for, you know, copy and paste, you know, what they're doing in America must be good, blah blah blah. That's why we must take the Pfizer, because that one is an American. Or the AstraZeneca. Or somebody said, no, I'm gonna take this the Sputnik, which is the Russian one. It's much more safer. Come on, guys. You know. Or you go with the Sinopharm, you know, China, or the Indian one. And I'm like, guys, wake up. You know. It's the same person behind all of them. The pattern belongs to the same person. For God's sake. Connect the dot, you know. It's right there in your face. It's not like, that's not, you know, that's not hidden information. There, even sometimes, like, I was watching, I used to love listening to nightly news here in America in the evening with Lester Holt when it comes on. I don't watch it anymore. Because it was working perfectly, just spreading fear, and people were reacting based on that. I don't watch it anymore. And for me, I kept thinking to myself, how can somebody who seems so intelligent stand out there and tell the whole of the United States false information on the news? Or even in your country, the people that work for Ministry of Health, those spokespersons, you know, it's a lie. It's all one big lie. Yeah, man, I chill alone, man. Yeah, it's getting cold. September is here. Yeah, that's what they want to jab us. They aren't vaccinated. They aren't vaccinated. We out here. You know, we out here. We're gonna fight. Because this is all a plan. It's all a plan, my dear. Nothing more. Yeah. They planned it, man. It's been a plan in like what? Since the not right. Well, yeah, I mean, 1947, when they were, when I think this was the Nuremberg Code, but they've been planning it for a long time, for nearly over half a century. Yeah, they planned it. They planned it. They've been planning it. It's the smallpox, the polio vaccine. Oh, you look into the polio vaccine, my goodness, guys. Look into the polio vaccine. Look into the smallpox vaccine. How they came up with all these things. For me, I looked into these things like 10, 20 years ago already, because I was curious. I was interested in like medicine, you know. I wanted to know like how certain things works, tissue pathology, you know, all that stuff, you know. So that's why I cannot be persuaded by anybody. Now they are threatening us that we cannot go into restaurants, we cannot go into, you know, and I don't go in restaurants really anyways. I order, I go. I order, I go. Because I don't want to be like, you know, go sit down in the park, sit down somewhere by yourself, you know, or with friends of like-mindedness. Yeah, you know, I don't want, but like, and I understand that a lot of people are under like in tons and tons of pressure from everywhere, from all angles. Your family members, your friends, the television, your Facebook, your Instagram. All your friends are showing off their patch that they've been jabbed, you know, and it's, you know, so I understand that, you know. I'm talking to those people. The people that they're having a hard time. Those are the people I'm talking to. You know, you have to stand strong. You have to not give up, you know, because in the end, you will be the one that will be the one standing, you know. Even if anything, you know, God forbid happen, at least you will not go out with graphene oxide in your body. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you need also not to be scared. You just, and I know you need to like reach out to other people, you know, that you know, think like you and that sort of stuff. But you gotta be very strong, you know. You gotta be bold, and then you have to. If somebody asks you for the vaccine, you know, if you've been jabbed, you have to be careful how you answer that. You know, you have to have a strategy. Because, you know, I mean, I'm honest, you know, I tell people the truth, and people are getting mad now. You know, people are getting angry. It's like, what are you waiting for? You know, we're trying to reach the herd immunity, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to fight with anybody. I don't want to be like, you know, because these are people who are like in the medical field. These are doctors, you know, coming to me with, they are double jabbed, wearing 2 masks, and telling me, why am I taking so long to get the jab? People like that, you know. So now in the future, I just say, you know what? I don't know. Me, my body, my choice. That's it, you know. My body, my choice. Because I know if anything happens, I go and get the jab. Because right now, they don't even want to chill with me. They don't want to hang out with me. I used to chill over there, you know. Oh, come on over, you know, we're cooking, we're having a meal for you, you know, like you can come over. Oh, we're going to go for a drive, you know, come over. Now that I'm not jabbed, I'm alone. I'm alone. I grew up alone anyways, you know. I grew up alone, which is fine. I'm really comfortable. I'm very comfortable in my loneliness. Yeah, I entertain myself just like that. I am really comfortable in my loneliness. You know, you're looking at me, I'm like, first they were like, oh, you had COVID before, right? So you have the antibodies. Duh. That's why I didn't get it. You know, and she was okay with it in the beginning. But now, boom, 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 boom. I never did have it, by the way. I never did have COVID. I tested positive 4 times with no symptoms. So I don't know what it feels like to really have COVID symptoms. Like I say, I will keep saying it again, because for me, the symptoms that they're describing sounds like when I had malaria, except malaria is worse. Yeah. So I had a lot of hydroxychloroquine growing up in the camps in Africa. So I guess the reason maybe why I'm not experiencing them COVID is maybe because I was pumped with too much HQ growing up. I don't know. Anyways. In the meantime, I'm on the natural herb. It's friends around me who are getting sick. You know, one of them had a Delta variant and he had like 2 Pfizer shots. And I'm like, what the heck? He's sick home, like really sick. He went to the hospital and they sent him home. And I'm noticing, I was like, yo, they're not gonna want to accept you in the hospital if you are vaccinated and you have COVID, because they don't want them there to mess up with their data that they are reporting on a nightly news. So he was home. He went home for they say he should quarantine for 10 days. In 5 days he was out. We were chilling there, you know. We were chilling out there, and I was like, yo. Somebody told me that I shouldn't tell people, but apparently you have the Delta variant. You know. He's sitting there, he's like, oh, Helen, yeah, you know, I got sick, you know, 5 days, you know, but I'm okay now. I'm like, look, I'm not scared of you being sick, you know. People are just trying to, like, they're trying to, like, scare away me from talking to you or something like that. I'm not scared to talk to somebody who has an illness that is yet to be isolated, you know. And then you wonder, what if Princess Diana was around? Princess Diana. Yeah. You know what she did was wrong. It was wrong. According to these people, you can't touch people with AIDS. Princess Diana did it. They had to take her out. It's not funny, but connect the dots, guys. Connect the dots. If she was around today, she would be going in those hospital rooms and touching those COVID patients that we are not allowed to touch today. I'm just saying. Yeah, my mind is crazy. I connect things like that. I'll be like, if Princess Diana was, alive. Now remember when she went to Angola with those victims, and they were showing how the work she was doing, which is still one of another propaganda, by the way. But she was actually doing she came with a pure heart. Let's put it that way. Yeah, but their intention was not pure. That's my opinion. Because the women really love humanity, she broke the norm, she broke the rules, she broke the cultural rule, because they made these AIDS in the laboratory in the 70s or 60s. They've been trying to make it. They release it, and they don't want people to. Back then they wanted social distance also with HIV, by the way. When HIV people weren't allowed to go in the swimming pools, if you remember, you weren't allowed to even touch your mother if your mother was ill, or your father. I mean, I'm talking to people that should be connecting the dots right now. You weren't allowed to do that. They were wanting social distance from them, and that's what I was saying on Facebook. Yo, they're planning something, and people are like, yo, what do you mean they're planning? I said, they're planning to kill you, and it's right there in front of you guys. There's no social distance. The social distance, I was telling you last year, is like they are trying to distract you guys. Imagine you're on lockdown. You're supposed to be on lockdown the whole summer of last year, 2020. But then you have Black Lives Matter protesting on the streets, and then when first Trump supporters were out, and it wasn't even about Trump. It wasn't even about that. It's the way the media made it. Oh, jump out with their armed guns. Not true, not true. You know, that's why, you know, I always like, I look at these people, you know, like street vigilante, you know, just taking video of what facts going on, and then you compare to what's going on with CNN. Completely different. You know, those ones are paid. I'm not paid, you know. So when I take my little clip in New York City, I see something going on and I posted it, you know, I'm not paying for that, you know. I put it on there, and sometimes they ban it, they block it. You can't show certain things like that. You can't be filming in certain area, you know, or yeah. So that's the plan. It's been a plan. 10 years ago, it was like, what, 50 years, you know, like 50 years in the making. It's here now, you know. We have to, we were supposed to stay, to wake up like long time ago. David Icke was, not only David Icke, I remember watching, what is this guy with the Cosmos, you know, the cosmic, Carl Sagan, you know. I don't know if anybody heard of Carl Sagan, but I used to listen to Carl Sagan also, you know, but he had died, I think, in the 90s. I was still in Africa then when he passed. You know, I would have loved to meet somebody like that, because this guy was like way beyond his, like the stuff that he was writing about, the stuff he was talking about. You know, I was like really interested in the, you know, like the universe, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. Searching and searching. And then also, I used to listen to Earl Nightingale. Yeah, Earl Nightingale, yeah. Cross country when I'm driving across America, you know. Beautiful country, man. This is like, wow. Driving across Montana, across Idaho. Not once have I experienced racism on my trip across America. Not once. Not once. No, my friend who I was traveling, my ex then, we were traveling together in Montana. This is funny. This was 2006 in Montana. We and I've always loved Montana. I used to tell him, I was like, I wanna travel. I wanna, like, Montana is like one of my favorite states to travel to, you know. And you know, we were in Montana. We came in through Theodore Roosevelt National Park, you know. Coming from which state was that? It was beautiful. I travel all over America. Like, this country is amazing, absolutely amazing. You know, all from California to the New York Islands. This land is your land. This land is your land. So, anyways, we get to Montana. We get a motel, and I'm tired. He's like, oh, he wants to go and. You know, because he used to like playing poker. You know, we used to play poker as well. I was playing for fun. For him, he was like trying to pursue it professional. You know, it was nice. So yeah, I'm on the natural herb. In case you're wondering. It's just pure weed. There's nothing else, you know. It's just a pure weed. In case anybody's asking, it's just pure weed. I don't take anything from nobody. Yeah, like that. Be careful. And it's legal in New York. Yeah, it's very much legal. So, anyways, he goes to, he goes and finds a place they were playing over there, and you know, he's tall and skinny. White boy from upstate New York, you know. Montana is like really like, you know, white folks out there, you know. And then I'm like, I'm not going. I'm gonna rest because I was tired, you know. I was tired. I love road trips. Like during the road trip, during the day, we're just driving, stopping. I see a creek, I wanna, you know, dip myself in the water. Oh, I had a great time with Juice, man. Fuck, that was beautiful. You know, you stop anywhere, you know, Yosemite, Depot. We were like the only youngest people on all these trips, we see like old people traveling with us. But in any case, let me not go that far. Anyways, they kick him out of the place. And he was a dyke, a butch lesbian. Get out of here. Something happened and I think they kick him out. So for me, if you say like me personally, where I was kicked out because I was black, and never, not across America, nah. There were some states where people were warning me, and I remember also in the media is a devil, you know. Talking about Wisconsin, there are militias there in Montana. They were talking about all those states, Idaho, the militias in Idaho. If you go out there, like just to discourage you from traveling to those states. I think that's why a lot of people never really travel. You know, I traveled. Those people, they cooked for me. You know, they loved on me. I remember there was a family in Wisconsin. We're coming from the Superior Lake up in northern Michigan. You know. And it was like we go through the country, man, and you find like American flag and, you know, proud American, you know, and then the one they say it's they like to think us to think it's the KKK plan, you know, flag or something like that. Which, you know, we went there, they had their flag, and I was the only black person there, and. Oh, they were nice people. They're hot, man. They were listening to Usher. And for me, I used to like Usher as well. So it's like, we got along, you know, it was nice. You know, they gave us food, you know, corn on the cob, you know, told us about the state. I think we chilled with them for like an hour, you know, and we drive off, you know, things like that, you know. Think across America, you know. You meet like a couple traveling alone from New Brunswick in Canada. You know, you meet them in the Redwood National Forest. You know, that's America. You know, and you struck up a conversation, and it's so beautiful because they don't even look at race. They don't look at race. They're trying to use the race card to divide us. You know, to divide people. You know. And I meet them, it says, white couple, you know, again, I'm with my friend, you know, or I was with my friend, you know, the only black person traveling there, and not once did I experience any, like, racism or anything like that. The media has been lying to you guys, you know. That's why it's like, oh, Helen, how can you say this? Oh, how can I say that? Because I've been through, I've traveled across this country. I was even in Hawaii, you know. Hawaii, you are warned like certain, in Hawaii there's this island, you can't go there because they are armed. You go to that state and of course they have guns, you know. But if you go there with that fear mentality, you'll be scared. People are nice, you know. I took a picture with one guy with his like gun, bazooka, whatever, and I was like, he didn't want to kill me or anything. He was interested in where I was from, you know. Yeah, then I met a guy. Whoa, this is deep. Then I met a guy. Yeah, this one has to go to the deep web. Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Yeah. We met in Hawaii too. In the Air Force. He's in the Air Force. You know? He's in the Air Force. It's like, where you from? It's like, no, I'm from Namibia. It's like, well, Namibia? Yo, I've never been to Namibia. You know, he flies these fighter jets, you know, for the army. He was coming from Guam, going to Alaska or something. Oh, the guy lived, I love the way he lived his life. Carefree. Absolutely carefree. Oh, I admired him so much. Like, just carefree. He's from Ohio. And very good spirited, you know. He's like, when the next time you go to Namibia, I'm gonna come visit you. Yo, He went to Southern Africa. He happened to be in Southern Africa. You know, as a pilot, you get to travel for like almost nothing, really. He's like, yo, where you at? I was like, yo, I'm in Central Park. He's like, yo, I'm in Botswana, man. I wanted to come over to Namibia. I'm like, sorry. Then a couple of years passed. He came to see me in New York, you know, because he has like a place, an apartment in New York. He came looking for me. I wasn't around. I guess I went somewhere. Then he came back again. We met up. Then I went to Namibia, but I haven't spoken to him in a while. He's like, yo, where you at? I was like, yo, I'm in Namibia. He's like, yo, I'm in Botswana. Like, I'm coming over. I'm in Namibia. He's in Botswana. Let me just say this. Sunset, we were celebrating sunset in Namibia together. This was in the afternoon. From Gaborone to Windhoek is, I believe it's a 10-hour bus drive. He flew in. Then he said, "Oh, I want us to go to Swakopmund and rent an aircraft and fly across the, the Skeleton Coast in Namibia." Hey, we rented a car, drove to Swakop. He drives. I was like, yo, you gotta slow down. You know, this is not your flight. You know, this is a car. It's a rental car. We rented a car. It's a rental car. We go there. Oh, it was beautiful, beautiful. They lied to you guys about Africa. They lied to you guys. They lied to you guys about Africa. Oh gosh, he couldn't believe it. Oh crap, my ganja. And my lungs are getting stronger when I cough, so don't tell me, yo, stop smoking, that's why you... No, that's not science. My science say I must cough when I smoke. Crazy. Anyways, yeah, so he couldn't believe when he flew across Namibia. I mean, the Skeleton Coast, like, this country is beautiful. And then we go to Walvis. Okay, yeah, nice, yeah. So guys, if you want to visit Namibia, it's Helen. Yeah, get in touch with me. Yeah, but in any case, yeah. So they've been lying to you guys. So guess what? I was in Namibia, right? And then I was in northern Namibia, because me, I love the north. Because I know what's about to happen. I know what's going on, because they're taking over they're gonna take over your properties. They're gonna take your land. They're gonna take all these things. They're taking up. The governments are taking over people's land worldwide, globally. Here in America, look at how much land does Bill Gates own across the Midwest. You know. In Namibia, they're about to do the same thing. This is the land. This is why the land issue is a hot topic in South Africa. You know, especially in South Africa. South Africa is like South Africa. They were lied to, you know, for so long. But in any case, they've been lying to you guys. So I'm in Namibia. I'm leaving, and I see a few families, American, on my flight. Coming back to America, and you know, we talk, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, oh, first time in Namibia. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, you? I said, no, I'm Namibian. Yeah, but I'm a citizen too in the US. I've lived in the US for and it's like, oh wow, we really love Namibia. We've been here for, I think they were there for the whole pandemic, and when everything eased, and they were from San Francisco. They were flying, because we were flying to Germany, and then from there they were going to San Francisco. I was going to New York, and this other one we're going to Atlanta. You know what they say to me? They say they're going to get their stuff. They're moving to Namibia permanently. Immediately the lady said that to me. I understood exactly what she meant. I didn't need to ask her any more questions. It was like, yeah, because I saw a lot of people relocating from the US. There are some African Americans as well that have relocated. They've moved from the US to Africa. In Ghana, most of them moved to Ghana, the Gambia, Senegal, Namibia even. Yeah, I have some African Americans who moved to Namibia too, you know. And then even when I was there was an African American, like 2 guys. I think they were from the Midwest, either Chicago or somewhere, you know. They came to look for land to buy properties in Namibia. And I was telling my friends, I'm like, yeah, guys, you know, buy land, because people are coming to be buying land out here. You know, like, you know, they're about to be like a repatriations, you know, like people moving to the motherland, because Africa is the, you know, so-called the next big thing. You know, so a lot of people want to like invest in Africa and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they lie to you guys, you know. They lie to you guys. That's why when you see like, oh, you know, I have like friends here in America who they've known for years I'm from Namibia. You know, I tell them Namibia, but never care for Namibia. And suddenly, when Angelina Jolie went to give birth in Namibia, oh yeah, you're from Namibia? So even the customer be like, where you from? You know, they used to say, where is that at? And I'm like, oh, Southern Africa, Southwest, you know, north of, you know, always describing, you know. So it became easier when I say, you know, oh, that's where Angelina Jolie gave birth. Because if you talk about Frankie Frederick, they don't know Frankie Frederick. They know their own. Because our people in Africa, they are not spoken like so highly of. Otherwise they would have known Frankie Frederick. They would have known Sam Nujoma if they were taught the history of, you know. They don't know that, you know. So I just didn't really care for much, you know, too much for it. But now these girls at the Olympics, I wasn't even watching. I was just like, oh, they're doing good, but it's a distraction. In my opinion, it's a distraction, you know, because they are busy jabbing people, you know, back home, you know. You're trying to like, also, you know, sort of force them, put them in that situation. You can't come to the stores, you can't do certain things, you know. They're doing that in South Africa, you know. It's a distraction, you know. They always bring up something for you to like be so focus on in the news that you really forget what is really underneath, you know. So this is just superficial. It's exciting, the Olympics, you know, even sports in general is just one gigantic distraction, because now look at all the people that are going to those stadiums. It's obviously that they are jabbed, you know, so they can do anything anytime, you know, amongst all these people together, you know. It's a plan. It's a pandemic, and it's also a scam-demic. They're taking your stuff. You know, I'm happy for the girls, but my biggest fear is, God forbid, they jab those girls. Yes, I said it, you know. God forbid, you know. I just hope they didn't jab those girls. And even those test kits that they're using on those, you know, they're infecting those, you know. Yes, I said it. You know. So we gotta be careful what you listen to. You have to do your research now. If you are vaccinated, do your research. Now you gotta do your research. When you start seeing certain symptoms coming up, do your research. People are out there, you know. You have to just dig a little bit deeper, because the truth is being suppressed globally. So please do your own research. Don't just believe me, you know. I mean, why would you believe me anyways? You know, who am I? I got no degree. You know, who the heck am I? You know. I'm just a human being trying to talk to a fellow human being, you know. Maybe we can save humanity. That's it. That's it, man. For me, man. September 11th from New York City. Yeah, Upper West Side.